Hey YouTube! So this is Wednesday morning, and it's a super important day for our family. I've pretty much been awake since like 2 a.m. in the morning. I have not been able to sleep, and I've been waking up all week long with anxiety. So I'm glad this day has finally come and gone. We were asked to be at actually San Francisco City Hall this morning with a whole bunch of activists and rights supporters and stuff. But we have a really busy day. A couple of our foster kids are transitioning, and Daniel has an important medical appointment, so we were not able to be a part of that. But the most important part is that we're all together here as a family, and we've got our SCOTUS blog open, and we are looking forward to a very positive outcome. Are you guys nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all nervous. We've worked really hard for this, and we're keeping our fingers crossed. Hopefully your letter made it where it's supposed to be, and we'll have a positive outcome.
Yeah.
What would you do if he yelled your name? This is for Daniel.
I have no idea.
Would it be funny?
Yeah.
So, John Robert stands up. I did this for Daniel. So, bear with us, YouTube. We're going to be like on pins and needles until the ruling comes out.
It's 9:59. It could happen any second. Come on, come on.
My heart is beating so fast, it's ridiculous.
5-4 per Kennedy.
Kennedy is a deciding person.
Robert dissents.
Scalia dissents. Equal protection.
What does that mean?
Hold on. Come on, type faster. What is wrong with you people?
It means they both get a protection.
It sounds like it may be positive, but I'll leave my hopes up.
I can't believe it.
They're telling the different justices that either voted for or voted against it, and this is...
What does dissent mean?
Dissent
You disagree.
Yeah, to disagree.
So equal protection, I don't understand it. Does that mean that's a positive?
Yeah.
No, I think they make...
DOMA is unconstitutional. Yes! It says DOMA is unconstitutional as a deprivation of the equal liberty of persons that is protected by the Fifth Amendment. Yes! So DOMA is actually dead. So John Roberts did not rule with us. Screw you, John Roberts.
Yeah.
But, you know. Oh, thank you. So it came down to a 5-4 ruling, it looks like, in DOMA. And I was hoping it would be a 6-3.
DOMA singles out a class of persons deemed by the state entitled
to recognition
and protection to enhance
their own liberty.
So we were really hoping that Justice Roberts would have at least seen, you know, the similarities between families like ours and his own family. Yeah. But it doesn't appear that is the case.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a 5-4 ruling in our favor, and I can't be any happier. The ends holding are confined to those lawful marriages. So they're keeping it just to the people who are legally married in the country. So so it actually protects me and Brian, but anybody else, if you're not in a state that legalizes marriage, you don't get the protections, which is kind of sad that they took the easy way out, which a lot of people thought they would. And I'm really disappointed in that because this is about equality. But striking down DOMA, it gets rid of, you know, it brings the fight to a whole new level for us.
It sets precedents for further cases and likelihood.
It relies in part on the federalism principles. So even though that's not the best news in the world, believe me, it's a major step forward for the whole country, because if DOMA was upheld, we'd be fighting for the next 20, 30 years to get this case back in front of the Supreme Court, just to have that basic right.
Yeah, and believe me, it's now 10:04, and this is all we know. In the next coming hours will be analysis out the wazoo.
Yeah. But the good news is for people who live in equality states, which I know there's, what, 9 of them? Maybe 10?
I'm afraid he's going to yell again.
Maybe 10 if California's Prop 8's overturned. That means people who are actually legally married in certain states now have all the benefits that a straight couple would have, which means our taxes are going to change. I won't have to pay as much taxes. I'm no longer going to have to pay for Brian's health care and the kids' health care, which I've had to pay like income. For us, it's a huge deal. I mean, you know, we've been struggling financially, and we've been, you know, dealing with a potential of a bankruptcy. And if that happens, now we can actually do that to protect our family. Before we could not. So there's a whole bunch of different protections that it's giving us that we didn't have before. So in that sense, it's a really positive outcome.
Yeah. Where will it go next?
There is careful consideration standard in determining whether a law is motivated by improper amicus or purpose of discrimination of an unusual character, especially require careful consideration. DOMA cannot survive under these principles.
I know.
Well, I mean,
most of that.
That's a really general and vague comment in discussing what standard of review they felt it failed under. But, you know, like I said, the comments you get in the SCOTUS Life blog are so condensed because they're trying to get information out as soon as they can. But we're hoping that we'll get much more detailed, better information coming up here real quick.
I thought there was a zombie apocalypse.
There's no zombie apocalypse.
Well, you
It's
turned
just-
it out so loud.
Just be glad you don't watch football with Daddy J.
What?
That's a football person.
So we are officially married under federal law. So I know for all you people that are living in states where there's no equality, I'm sorry. I really am sorry because I know how it feels to have it. But we were going to be fighting this fight until every single state in this country has marriage equality. And we are actually getting married under federal law now, which is kind of, hey, we're married.
Buddy. Buddy.
That means if something ever happens to me, Bryan now has my Social Security benefits, he has my protections, he has my income, which he would not have had. That means if I die, Bryan won't lose his house. I mean, it is so important for families like ours to have these protections, and I can't be more happier than I am today. I mean, I really am.
Come
I mean,
on,
it is true.
Come on, you big softy.
You know, when you think about all the changes this gives
Beautiful.
people in this country, you know, it's insane.
Come on, Prop 8. Prop 8. We hold today that we lack jurisdiction to consider it in the particular context of Hollingsworth v. Perry. I think they're kicking it back.
Yes! So if the Supreme Court refuses to rule on Prop 8, it becomes legal in California again. It means California will have gay marriage again. Or marriage equality, which is the PC way of saying it. I even have gay people tell me, don't call it gay marriage, call it marriage equality. I don't care what you call it. As long as we can have it, we're happy with it.
Take a deep breath in, Jay. Okay. To be clear, the court has not yet released the decision in Prop 8, but there is language in Windsor telegraphing that the court will dismiss on standing.
What does that mean?
No, it's like Prop 8. Might be dismissed on Prop 8 on standing.
No, that one.
Awesome. So
I'm gonna be there.
So it looks like what's happening now is that the justices are refusing to even hear Prop 8. I mean, they're refusing to make their opinion known on it because they say that there's no standing in the case, which we always believed was the case because you cannot bring, a public person cannot bring a challenge to a state court's decision when the state's representatives are not, you know, fighting it. So what happened was, you know, Prop 8 should have never made its way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court should have never accepted the case. And the only reason we believe they accepted the case was to make a point about standing. So they are kicking it back to California, which basically will legalize marriage equality again in California, which is amazing, which means we've got some weddings to go to. You ready to be someone's flower girl?
Well, okay, YouTube. I mean, it looks like everything's playing out the way that we hoped that it would. Right now, everything is still fresh, and there were all kinds of things we wanted to do today. You know, rallies we wanted to be at that we couldn't be at, and places where we were asked to speak that we couldn't go because we have a lot to do. But this was still a very important day to us, and it was very personal. And rather than just let it pass in a blur of, you know, social workers and dentist appointments and everything else, we thought we would share it with you, even though it's just the camera and the SCOTUS Live blog. So congratulations to everybody now who have just obtained federal marriage rights, and hopefully, if we're reading this right, Prop 8, all you California people out there who are going to go out and get married soon, we're really super happy about this. We understand that it's not the end of the road, that we have so much further to go, and this almost creates as many questions as it answers.
It does not. Be happy for what the milestone we took. You think through everything so much. DOMA's dead.
In holding a narrow ruling, it means we still have
it doesn't
to
make
fight
a
out state
difference.
to
A
state.
step forward is a step forward. I mean, we could be crying right now, taking a step back. So put on your party hats, come out and join us at Pride, and let's party, okay? Because this ruling deserves a party. And Mr. Thinker over here can think it through, and I'm sure he'll make another video next week about
Okay, YouTube, I got some parties to poop on, so bye.
Bye.
And I believe that our love found its way through the current as the waves